Very good morning to you, Victor Olo from the Broadcasting House. We are coming to you live from the Kenyatta International Convention Center right here in Nairobi County. And today being Health Tuesday, it is All Matters Health. And the Kenya Summit 2026 is starting off today. This is the first summit to be held in the country, and it is being held under the theme, Reforms in the Health Sector, Health or Reforms Delivered, Health as a Right. Now remember, since the Kenya Kwanza administration took over, there have been major reforms in the health sector. We know that after President William Ruto took oath of office, there was the establishment of the Social Health Authority that has so far seen over 32 million Kenyans registered. And of course, they have been receiving care. And the idea behind this was to ensure that every Kenyan, despite whatever they earn, they are able to get care at all facilities in the country. We also know that in order to strengthen the primary health care provision, the country already has over 100,000 community health promoters that have been dispatched to various parts of the country in order to ensure that they link the patients to the various hospitals. And of course, they check on patients in their homesteads to ensure that they check maybe for their vitals like pressure and connecting them to the various health facilities. And right now I'm joined by the Kenyatta National Hospital Chief Executive Officer, that is Dr. Richard Lesiampe, just to talk about the health sector in the country in general and of course the reforms that have been undertaken so far. Thank you so much, Dr. for joining us. Let's first talk about the summit today and the time that it comes. What do you feel about it so far?
Thank you very much. I'm very excited this morning to tell Kenyans that we are here celebrating the Kenya Health Summit, taking stock of what this administration has done in the last 4 years, particularly looking at some of the greatest pillars. One of them is health financing, the other one is universal health care, another one is on issues of digitization, and finally on the service delivery by our hospitals and our facilities. We are very excited, as the Minister of Health, being led by Honorable Duale and our PS Oluga and Modhoni. We are very grateful that we want to tell Kenyans and showcasing, what we have done in the last 4 years.
All right, looking at the reforms that have been undertaken so far in the country, would you say that Kenya is on the right track towards attaining universal health coverage?
Yeah, thank you very much. What I can say is that every journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with one step. We are on a journey of universal healthcare, and we are saying that this journey is going to be achieved. It requires all hands on deck. And why I'm saying this is, for example, when it comes to the issues of financing, health financing, is very, very important and very critical for our citizens to access health facilities, to access, affordable healthcare, to have the opportunity to get the best services in every facility. And Kenyatta National Hospital, for example, is a national apex of healthcare in our nation in terms of referrals. We at KNH, for example, 95% of the patients admitted and treated at Kenyatta National Hospital are under SHA. They are actually paid for whatever procedures, for whatever services that we provide them at Kenyatta National Hospital. That's a demonstration on how universal healthcare is going to be achieved. Similarly, what we are saying here is that I'm a living testimony, having been the CEO of Kenyatta National Hospital 14 years ago. I'm back again in the last 1 year. I can tell the dichotomy and the difference between when I was here 13 years ago and today. When it comes to issue of equipment, KNH today has got 3 LINAC machines to treat cancer patients, treating not less than 150 to about 200 patients a day. And we intend to have this going forward. When I was here 13, 14 years ago, we only had 1 machine, not even a LINAC machine. It was called a Cobalt machine, a very old one, and it had many, many challenges. That is actually a demonstration of great progress. At KNH today, we have got 32 theaters fully equipped, that we have got no long waiting periods for our patients. In the past, I think when I was here, in the past, we had only about 10 theaters fully operational and fully equipped. Similarly, what I can say here is that we are a specialized facility, celebrating today 125 years of service. Kenyatta National Hospital was started in 1901. Today it is 125 years. So even during this Kenya Health Summit, we are also celebrating the achievements we have attained in providing services to our Kenyans. We are a specialized facility managing 2,000 patients every day admitted at KNH and treating 2,000 patients on a daily basis, who come to seek services at KNH. And we are saying that one of the greatest transformation we have had is in digitization and automation. The world is going digital. The world is going data. The world is going technology. And therefore, for us to provide excellent and impeccable services to our patients, we have to be digitized. And today at KNH, while I sit in my office, I can actually tell how many patients have been registered in our International Trauma Center. I can tell how many patients have been attended to in every clinic. I can even tell how much we have raised at every minute of the hour. But that's not very important. What is even very important is the fact that the patient's records will actually be digitized, will be kept electronically, and that the future is that we are going to have one patient ID, that if you are treated in a village, in Garbatula, in a small clinic or hospital there or dispensary, when you move around, and you come to KNH at one point, even if after 2, 3, 4 years, your records will actually be there. We will not go to files to check on your records. So these patient records, particularly being digitized and automated, is very, very important. It's also very important in terms of research. Data, it can give us a lot of, it's actually an area of mining important data for innovation, and research. And therefore, we have digitized Kenyatta National Hospital from A to Z, and we are actually on that journey. We started it in May this year, and we are going to do that journey. We are also excited that majority of our hospitals in the counties are also digitized and automated. Therefore, we can indeed read imaging records, from different parts of the country for the patients who come to KNH. Yes.
Thank you so much. We'll be speaking to you a little bit later on, just to continue taking stock on what has been happening in the health sector and what the challenges are. Remember that less than 2 weeks ago, President William Ruto launched the SHA 922. That is the Lifeline emergency care number where one can call toll-free and be able to be connected to ambulances that will be dispatching them and taking the patients to the various hospitals in the country for care. And those are part of the reforms that have been undertaken in the health sector in the country. We are going to keep tabs on what is happening here, and we'll be live, as time progresses, just to tell you what has been happening on the ground. But for now, I'd like to hand it back to you in studio.